Stop for a second, because if you're over 60, what I'm about to tell you could decide whether you're still walking on your own 2 feet 10 years from now, or reaching for a cane, a walker, someone's arm. Here's the part almost no one tells you. The weakness creeping into your legs, the heavier steps, the struggle getting out of a chair, the little stumble off the curb. Most people are told that's just aging. It is not just aging. It has a name, it has a cause, and there is a specific, simple thing you can do about it, starting with your very first meal tomorrow. Because here's what's happening while you sleep. For 7 or 8 hours overnight, your body runs out of fuel, and to keep going, it starts breaking down your own muscle. And the muscle it comes for first? Your legs, the exact muscles that keep you standing, balanced, and independent. There's one ordinary morning food, something you've walked past 1,000 times, that shuts that process down and starts rebuilding instead. Most seniors skip it, or eat it at the wrong time, or throw away the most important part of it. I'll show you what it is, how to use it, and 4 more foods that lock in the results. Stay to the end, because the way most people ruin this food is the biggest mistake of all. Before we start, I genuinely want to hear from you, so tell me 2 things in the comments. How old are you, and what's the one thing you refuse to give up? Walking the dog, dancing with the grandkids, working in the garden. I read every comment on this channel, and your answer tells me exactly who I'm making these videos for. Now, I'm not going to hand you a pamphlet about calcium and send you on your way. And I'm not selling you a supplement or a miracle powder. Everything I'm about to show you is real food you can buy this week for a few dollars. This is about giving you the information that somehow never makes it into a rushed appointment, so you can protect the one thing that keeps you free, your ability to move. Let's name the real problem, because once you understand it, everything else makes sense. After 60, the body naturally begins losing muscle, and it loses it fastest in the legs. Doctors call this sarcopenia, and the reason it's so dangerous is that it's silent. It doesn't hurt. There's no fever, no warning. It just creeps in. One day your legs feel a little heavier. Another day you grab the arm of the chair to stand up without thinking about it. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older. But that's the trap, because aging itself doesn't weaken your legs. Losing muscle does. And that's something you can actually do something about. Here's why the morning matters more than any other time of day. When you sleep, you fast. No food for 7, 8, 9 hours. To keep your organs running, your body pulls amino acids from your muscle. In a younger person, that's no big deal. They rebuild fast. But after 60, muscle rebuilds more slowly. So every morning you wake up in a small hole. If your first meal doesn't refill it, if you skip breakfast or have just black coffee or a slice of white toast with almost no protein, you stay in that muscle-burning state for hours. Do that morning after morning, year after year, and your legs quietly pay the price. And it isn't only about strength. When leg muscle shrinks, your balance gets worse, your walking slows, and your risk of a fall climbs. And a fall after 60 can change everything. This is exactly why the right breakfast isn't a small thing. It's the difference between feeding your muscles or starving them every single day. The good news, and I mean this, your body can still rebuild. Give it the right fuel at the right time, and legs that felt like they were fading can get stronger, steadier, and more reliable again. Let me show you how, starting with the one food that matters most. Let me tell you about a man I'll call Frank. 68, spent his working life on his feet as a foreman, the kind of man who never thought twice about stairs or long walks. But lately, his mornings had turned into a fight. Stiff knees, heavy feet, that first walk to the kitchen slow and unsteady, like a rusty hinge. One morning he stumbled, stepping off his own back porch. He caught himself, but it rattled him. Not because he got hurt, but because for the first time he thought, what if next time I don't catch myself? Frank didn't have diabetes, didn't have arthritis. What he had was that silent after 60 muscle loss, hitting the legs that carried his whole body. So he changed one thing first. He stopped skipping breakfast and stopped starting his day on black coffee alone. He started feeding his muscles the moment he woke up. Within a few weeks, his mornings got easier. The stiffness eased, his steps felt lighter, the night cramps backed off. A couple of months in, he was walking the park again, telling his wife, I feel like I got my legs back. One change. No medication, no gym. Let me show you what he started with. If there is one food to eat first thing in the morning to protect your legs, it's this: the whole egg. Yolk included, and that's the part most people get wrong. Here's why eggs are so powerful for aging muscle. Muscle is built from protein, and protein is built from amino acids. Eggs give you nearly all of them, in a form your body absorbs easily. But the real key is one amino acid in particular: leucine. Leucine is the switch that actually flips on muscle building. Researchers call it muscle protein synthesis. And here's the crucial detail. After 60, your muscles need a bigger push of leucine to respond than they did when you were young. Eggs deliver exactly that push, early, when your body needs it most. And most of that goodness is in the yolk, the part people throw away when they order an egg white omelet. The yolk carries vitamin D, vitamin B12, and choline. B12 helps protect the nerves that carry signals from your brain to your leg muscles. Better signals mean steadier, more coordinated steps and fewer stumbles. Vitamin D supports both muscle and bone. Toss the yolk, and you're throwing out the best part. Research on older adults consistently points the same direction. Getting enough high-quality protein, with eggs as one of the easiest sources, helps preserve leg strength, balance, and independence as we age. I'm not going to throw a fake statistic at you. I'll just tell you what the science steadily shows, which is that protein early in the day protects aging muscle. Here's how to use it. Eat a whole egg, or two, within about an hour of waking, while your body is in that muscle-hungry state. Boiled is perfect. No added fat, all the nutrients kept. Scrambled works too. Fold in spinach or tomato for extra minerals. The two rules: keep the yolk and eat it early. Do that consistently for a month, and most people notice it, getting up easier, steadier on their feet, fewer cramps. The second food doubles down on that protein, in a slower release form. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is strained, which is why it's so thick and why it packs nearly twice the protein of regular yogurt. What makes it special for overnight muscle loss is a protein called casein, which digests slowly and feeds your muscles a steady drip of amino acids over hours rather than all at once. It also carries leucine plus calcium and vitamin D for your bones and your balance, and probiotics that help your gut actually absorb the nutrients you're eating. A good serving, around 3/4 of a cup, gives you a serious dose of protein first thing, right when your legs need it. Skip the sugary flavored kinds. Added sugar works against you. Buy it plain and sweeten it yourself with berries, a little cinnamon, or a spoon of chia. If dairy doesn't sit well with you, lactose-free Greek yogurt or goat's milk versions do the same job. Have it within an hour of waking, on its own, or right after your egg, and you've stacked two protein sources exactly when they matter. Protein rebuilds the muscle, but your legs also need steady energy and the minerals that keep muscles from cramping and misfiring. That's where a warm bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds comes in. Oats carry a special fiber called beta-glucan that releases energy slowly. So instead of a sugar spike and a mid-morning crash, your legs get a steady supply of fuel to move on. Then the chia seeds do the mineral work. They bring magnesium and potassium, the two minerals most tied to muscle cramps and those miserable nighttime leg spasms. Magnesium helps tight muscles relax. Potassium keeps the electrical signals firing cleanly so muscles contract smoothly instead of twitching. Chia also adds plant-based omega-3s, which help calm the low-grade inflammation that wears muscle down over time. To make it, cook a few tablespoons of rolled oats in water or milk until soft. Stir in a tablespoon of chia and top it with banana or blueberries. Eat it warm within an hour of waking. Many people find that within a couple of weeks, the nighttime cramps ease off, a sign the muscles are finally getting the minerals they were missing. Number 4 is the simplest thing on the list, and it's a quiet hero for leg cramps: the banana. Bananas are one of the best everyday sources of potassium, and potassium is what keeps the electrical balance inside your muscle cells steady. When you're low on it, which is common after 60, especially if you take a water pill, muscles misfire and cramp, often at night. A banana in the morning helps top you back up. They also bring vitamin B6, which supports the nerve-to-muscle communication behind good coordination and balance. One caution: if you have kidney disease or diabetes, go easy. Too much potassium can be a problem for the kidneys, and a very ripe banana is higher in sugar. In that case, a smaller or slightly greener banana is the better choice. And check with your doctor. For most healthy seniors, one banana in the morning, paired with your oats or yogurt rather than alone on an empty stomach, is a cheap, easy shield for your legs. The fifth food works on the deeper reason muscle fades: hidden inflammation. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. These fish are rich in omega-3 fats, EPA, and DHA, which are among the most powerful natural tools we have for calming chronic, low-grade inflammation, the kind that silently chips away at muscle year after year. Research on older adults suggests that those who regularly eat fatty fish tend to hold on to more muscle and move better than those who don't. On top of the anti-inflammatory effect, salmon is loaded with high-quality, easy-to-absorb protein, plus vitamin D and B12 for muscle and nerve health, the same team that keeps your steps steady. You don't need it every day. 2 servings a week does real work. Pan-sear a fillet in olive oil a few minutes aside, or keep it effortless and cheap with canned salmon, sardines, or mackerel, which are some of the most affordable, nutrient-packed foods you can buy. If fresh fish isn't practical, a good fish oil supplement is a reasonable backup, though whole food is always better. Now, remember I said the biggest mistake is how people ruin this? Here it is. They wait. They tell themselves, "I'll eat later," and they sip coffee or water all morning on an empty stomach. Every one of those hours keeps your body in that muscle-burning state, undoing everything these foods could do. The single most important rule in this whole video is simply this: eat protein early. Don't let the morning slip by empty, and a few small habits multiply the effect. Start your day with a glass of warm water. It wakes up your circulation. Before you rush out of bed, sit up slowly, circle your ankles a few times, take a few breaths. That alone lowers your fall risk in those first shaky minutes. Do 3 minutes of gentle leg work. Lift one foot a couple of inches off the floor, hold for 10 seconds, switch sides. It wakes the very muscles we're trying to protect. And get 5 minutes of morning sunlight for natural vitamin D. None of this is hard. It's small, and it's daily, and daily is what wins. So, let's bring it together. Start with the hero, a whole egg, yolk and all, within an hour of waking, for the leucine that switches muscle building back on. Add Greek yogurt for slow-release protein, oatmeal with chia for steady energy and anti-cramp minerals, a banana for potassium, and fatty fish a couple of times a week to calm the inflammation underneath it all. Eat early. Keep the yolk. Skip the added sugar. That's the whole plan. Your legs don't have to fade just because the calendar says 60 or 70 or beyond. Feed them right, first thing in the morning, and the strength, the balance, and the independence you thought you were losing, a lot of it can come back, one steady morning at a time. Frank got his legs back with one change. So can you. Now tell me, which of these 5 surprised you the most? And if there's a food you eat every morning that you'd like me to look into next, drop it in the comments. I read them all. And one last thing, please, if this helped you, take a second to subscribe. It's the only way these videos reach more people who need them, and it truly means a lot. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.